A great place to start creating objects is by using shapes. Shapes combined and adjusted can already form the basic foundation for the images you would like to create. The Shape tool offers various shapes to maximize object building. Usually in the tool panel, if there is a white mark at the bottom right icon, it means that you can click to expand to show more tools. The first tool to use is the Rectangle tool. You can create a rectangle, a square, and a diamond just by using this tool. To create a rectangle, you will need to click on the Rectangle tool. You just click on it and drag it on the artboard, and there you have a rectangle. To make the edges of your rectangle round, you just need to use the Rounded Rectangle tool, where you can click and drag. To make other shapes round on the edges, you just need to click on the circular points within the object and drag it towards the center to create a rounded look. To create a circle, you just need to select the Ellipse tool and just click and drag on the artboard. To have the circle expand from the middle, you would just have to hold the Alt option and Shift key, then click and drag out. To create a semicircle, you would need to delete the anchor point. The Delete Anchor Point tool is located within the Pen tool. Once you have selected it, make sure you select on the circle and then click on one of the anchor points, which will then remove the point. To flatten the edge, you will need to use the Direct Selection tool to adjust the anchor handles and then push it in towards the anchor point. To create a star, you would just need to use the Star tool. If you're going to click on the Star tool, you can start from the center by holding the Alt Option key and Shift to expand from the center. To create more points within a star, you're going to create that by moving the cursor and clicking on any area in the artboard. A window will then prompt you to choose the number of points you would like. If you would like a star with 12 points, you will input 12. To create other shapes, you would just need to use the Polygon tool. For example, if you want to create an octagon, you would just need to click on the area of the canvas and input the number of sides when the window prompts up. In this case, it would be 8 sides. Once I click OK, I'm just going to click and drag, and that will create the shape. If you want a triangle, you can do the same thing, but this time, when the window prompts up, you will enter 3 sides instead of 8. Anytime I create an object, there is a fill and a stroke. To identify where the fill and stroke are, you can look at the left-hand panel. There are 2 squares at the bottom left tool panel. One represents the fill and the other represents the stroke. The fill is what you color on the inside of the object, and the stroke is the color of the outline of the object. There are other ways you can adjust the fill and stroke. When you select on an object, you can adjust the fill and stroke using the right-hand panel. The color, swatch, and color guide panel all allow you to adjust the color of the fill and stroke. Anytime you want to adjust the color of the shape you have created, you need to select on the object. Double-click on the square, either the fill or the stroke, and then select the color you want to choose, or choose a pre-selected swatch in the swatch panel. To remove a color on either the fill or stroke, there is an option below the 2 boxes on the left-hand panel. There are 3 squares. Select the square with a red dash and white square in between. This will tell Illustrator that you do not want your object to be colored, and make sure you are selecting on the object when you are doing this to ensure the action is applied. The stroke panel gives you the option to customize object strokes. If you cannot find the stroke panel, ensure that you have the stroke selected on Windows. These are the following things you can do when adjusting your stroke. The weight allows you to adjust the size of the stroke. The cap controls the way it ends. By default, it's on butt cap, which ends the stroke right where the anchor point ends. But you can also use round, which will round the ends of the stroke, and projecting cap, which would end a little bit over the anchor point. The corner option controls the look of the paths joining together, giving us the option of choosing between milter, round, or beveled. To best demonstrate how it works, we will create a square to showcase how it will look like. The milter join sharpens the corners, the round join will round the corners, and the bevel will flatten the corner. The Align Stroke feature controls the alignment of our stroke's weight, but only when dealing with closed paths. So again, to best demonstrate how it works, we will be working with a square, which is a closed path. Click on the object to see the outline of the object, which is blue. If you align your strokes on the inside, the stroke outline will be within the blue outline. If you align your strokes on the outside, it will go outside the blue outline. You can also create dashed lines just by checking on the checkbox. It gives you the option to transform the line to dashed lines. Let's test your understanding. Create the following shapes and strokes. Set it up yourself and see if you get it correctly by pausing this video to see if you can do it yourself. The answer will appear in a couple of seconds. It's quiz time. Time to test your knowledge on what we have just learned. Number 1. What keys do you select if you want to create and expand your shape from the center? A. Alt Option plus Shift. B. Shift. C. Enter. Answer is A. Alt Option plus Shift. Number 2. What kind of tool allows you to create this shape? A. Polygon. B. Star. C. Ellipse. The answer is A. Polygon. Number 3. What kind of tool allows you to create this shape? A. Ellipse. B. Polygon. C. Star. The answer is A. Ellipse. What kind of cap is this? A. Rounded cap. B. Projecting cap. C. Butt cap. Answer is C. Butt cap. What kind of cap is this? A. Rounded cap. B. Projecting cap. C. Butt cap. The answer is B. Projecting cap. And last question, what kind of stroke alignment is this? A. Align stroke to inside. B. Align stroke to outside. C. Align stroke to center. The answer is A. Align stroke to inside. If you were able to answer all the questions correctly or feel confident with your understanding, you can move on to the next video.